couple weeks ago, we celebrated our Stewardship Sunday, where we introduced the theme for our 2023 Stewardship campaign, Giving Thanks, asking or answering the question, what can I render unto the Lord for all he has done to me? And understanding that only our thanksgiving is something that we have that we can offer to the Lord. But we offer that thanksgiving in multiple ways, by returning back to him the gifts that he has given us through stewardship of our time, our talent, and our treasures. And we've been inviting members of our parish to come and speak to the community about the different ways in which they give thanks to the Lord through the proper stewardship of their time, their talent, and their treasures. And today we'll be blessed to hear from our Sunday school director, Voula Ortega, as she speaks to us about the stewardship of talent, especially within the Sunday school ministry, but as an example for all of us in the ways in which we can give thanks to the Lord through by returning to him the blessings and talents he's bestowed upon us. This time I'd like to invite up Voula. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Voula Ortega, and I'm the Sunday school director and a Sunday school teacher here at St. Athanasios. I've been a parishioner of St. Athanasios since before I was born, so almost 30 years ago. My papu and yaya were some of the founding members of the church. They were married at the first location of the church, and they baptized each of their children there. My parents were married here, and they baptized both my sister and I here, and my husband and I were married here just last year. And when it comes for Christ to bless us with children, or actually trust us with children, we're not ready just yet, we will also welcome them to this church through baptism too. So it's safe to say that St. Athanasios has been and always will be my home. My involvement in the Sunday school program at St. Athanasios has been much shorter, unfortunately. I first became involved in our church by overseeing the college ministry program, but my true calling was to teach in the Sunday school program. As a teacher during my day job, I would pray for me to focus on the thing I love the most, our faith, and also do the thing I love the most, which is teach. Luckily, I was able to do that with the help of Anna. Anna Caniglia helped introduce me to the beautiful act of stewardship and the notion of sharing one's talents with others. As you know, stewardship means devoting one's time and talents to Christ. It means taking an honest look at the gifts that God has given us, and then taking an honest look at our lives to see how we can share those gifts with others. When people think of donating one's time or talents, I know that they believe it has to be a lot of time or a specific or very creative kind of talent. I know this because for a long time I thought this too. I always had a desire to get involved with the church, but I didn't see a place for me because I didn't have a lot of time and I didn't believe I had a very unique talent. I always believed that to share your talent with the church, you had to be this exceptional baker or singer or crafter, but it doesn't have to be like that. I, unfortunately, was not blessed with any of those talents, yet you can still participate just like I am. Anna and others here who donate their talents helped me learn that that wasn't the case. The beauty of stewardship is that it doesn't have to be, again, a specific amount of time or talent. It just needs to be you sharing the wonderful gifts that God has gifted you with others. And talent doesn't have to mean that you have this unique or distinctive skill. It could be as simple as volunteering in a way that puts a smile on someone's face or making someone feel more welcomed and part of the community. Sharing your talent with the church means that you have a direct impact on those in our parish community and even those in the community in which we live. Stop and think about that for a second. By simply sharing your time and talents with the church, even if it's for a small amount of time, you can impact people here. You can be a change maker and impact the course of their lives forever. If you don't believe me, I'm a prime example of this. Everyone I've met here and been blessed to work with at St. Athanasios, they've impacted my life for the better. And they've increased my faith for the better. And I can tell you that for me, there's really no amount of money that's been able to do that. Being in the presence of those who love Christ in a way that they're willing to give their talents to their faith is truly awe-inspiring. It increased my faith, which is the most important thing in my life, in a way that I really can't describe. Whether it's talking to the Sunday school students, you're supposed to woo. Okay. Watching Anna plan summer camp for our youth, listening to Sherry plan one of her outstanding lessons for Sunday school, or Foti and the gang organizing the food festival, their outpouring of love for Christ through the donation of their talents is really chillingly beautiful. Donating one's talents can also improve and advance our community in ways that we really couldn't before. Christ has each given us a specific talent, something that we excel at that may not be others' forte. If we're all able to harness that talent to the church, we're able to make improvements and advances that those before us were not able to make. Lastly, and most importantly, donating our talents is a way to give back to our faith. We're all parishioners here because our faith has done wonders for us. We're all here because we're devoted to the Orthodox Christian faith, its teachings, and its lessons. Shouldn't we want to give back to the thing that means the most to us, something that's such a cornerstone in our lives? We often give back to things that have done less for us than our faith. Isn't that time we change that notion? One of the many ways in which we see people donating their talent to the faith is through the Sunday school program. If you're not aware, the Sunday school program here at St. Athanasios is a program in which our young parishioners are educated in the life and love and teachings of Christ. The program begins with the preschool students, so age 3, and continues through one's senior year of high school. The goal of the Sunday school program is to lead students to Christ, his church, and each other, so that our faith becomes a real and foundational component of their everyday lives. When you think about it, this really isn't a small feat. It's a 15-year journey for our youth and young adults, and it occurs by working with our parish families, but most importantly, with those who volunteer to teach our young people. Those who volunteer to teach in our Sunday school program reach the minds and hearts of our youth by offering theological and practical education about our faith, and also lead their hearts to the love of Christ by teaching and through their own examples. These Sunday school teachers educate our children in our faith and strengthen their spiritual foundation. They prepare our youth for the challenges we all know that they're going to face in life and teach them how their faith will get them through these moments. Our Sunday school teachers provide for our students more than just spiritual education. They help provide for them another connection to the church. They provide for our students a listening ear, a voice of reason, and a loving heart for them. And for our Sunday school teachers, this isn't something that's done in haste. It takes a lot of time and a lot of work on their parts. They spend their free time during the week to plan lessons for their students to relate to Christ and to his teachings. They work tirelessly to make lessons engaging and meaningful to their students, and they always aim to provide a safe and productive learning environment for their kiddos. They also use hands-on experiences and real-life learning to teach their kiddos, like Maria taking her students out of the classroom to watch Father during the blessing of the 5 loaves, Laura and Ted discussing with their students the significance of praying before eating, and Kara working with her students to understand the importance of honesty or how to navigate peer pressure, or a host of other things. There's really just too much to list. These teachers go above and beyond to make their students' Sunday school experience impactful, and they do it all by taking the talents Christ has given them and passing it on to their students. Without giving your talents to the church, programs like the Sunday school program wouldn't be successful, and our kiddos wouldn't get to know Christ in a different way. Again, these teachers use their talents gifted to them to change the lives of their students. I still remember my Sunday school teachers while I was a student here in the program, and I apply much of what I've learned then, now in my life as an adult. This is why gifting your talents to the church is so important. It's not only a way to impact those around you, but it's also the truest and most ultimate way in which we can thank Christ, to use the talents he has given us to serve others within and outside of our community. I hope you consider donating your talent to the parish in some way, shape, or form. Remember, it doesn't have to be a unique talent, and you don't have to be this wildly skilled person. You can just share parts of yourself with our community. I can tell you it's really done wonders for my faith and connected me with Christ on an even stronger level, a level that I didn't really think was possible. So, please consider giving your talents not only to our church, but to Christ. Thank you for allowing me to speak to you today. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday.